What caused the Indian aviation meltdown on the 14th of January 2024? In this video, I'll try and explain some of the reasons behind the fiasco that led to hundreds of delayed flights, a few hundred cancelled flights, and hundreds of thousands of irate passengers on that day. What happened? Keep watching this video to find out more. So if you haven't watched my channel before, I am not only a massive aviation fan, I make a lot of aviation videos, but that means I also fly a lot. 2020 and 2021 aside, for obvious reasons, I take between 60 and 80 flights a year, a bulk of them domestic flights across India for work reasons. As a super frequent flyer in India, it makes me uniquely qualified to talk about what went down on the 14th of January 2024. And plus, on top of that, I'm actually a Delhi resident, so I know what happens in Delhi. I was also affected by the delays. This video you're watching right now is something I shot while on approach to Delhi on the 14th of Jan itself. This was on my flight Indigo 6E2203 from Jodhpur. I was supposed to arrive in Delhi at 1:30 in the afternoon. Instead, I ended up arriving in Delhi at about 7:30 in the evening. But I still got home. Anyway, let's look at the reasons about what happened. Now, first and foremost, fog and poor visibility in Delhi should not be a secret to anybody. I have lived in Delhi virtually all my life, and as this flight I took just a few days ago to Bhopal shows, visibility is poor in Delhi every winter. It is a situation that is currently made worse by a lot of the construction going on. But you have to remember that on the 14th of January, visibility was particularly poor. It was so bad that visibility was considered to be below 50 meters in and around the airport. And let's look at Delhi airport a bit more closely now. So this is a satellite image of Delhi Airport. As you can see, Delhi Airport has 4 runways. The northernmost, runway 927, nearest the Air Force Museum, is a Category 1 runway. The runway below that, the second runway on the north side of the field, runway 1028, is a Category 3B runway. The 2 runways at the southern end of the field, the 1129 pair, has a difference. The southernmost runway is a Category 3B runway, whereas the one above that is a Category 1 runway, which is the newest runway at Delhi Airport, that is 11 left, 29 right. Now, what are these categories of runways, you ask? It's not about the type of aircraft, but the amount of visual range you need as a pilot to operate your flight. Category 1 requires clear visibility, Category 2 a bit restricted visibility, and Category 3 are for low visibility landings. Now, Category 3B, which 10 to 8 and 11 right, 29 left, are require runway visual range of 250 meters. That is the minimum visual range you need to operate. Now, yesterday, that is the 14th of January 2024, visibility was below 250 meters RVR, which meant no flights could operate. But even when flights could operate, there was a problem. You see, Delhi Airport's been renovating runway 10 to 8. And let's get to that. Now take a look at this video I shot on the 13th of January 2024, my flight to Jodhpur. Now over here you notice we are crossing runway 10 to 8. One of the runways I said was Cat 3B capable. And you can see that the runway is closed. That is because when Delhi Airport inaugurated its 4th runway, that is 11 left, 29 right, it shut down runway 10 to 8 for renovation. Obviously, the runway needed renovation, particularly as Terminal 1, which you can see in the background of this video, is supposed to open later this year and will have a lot more traffic coming onto this runway. Delhi Airport thought the runway would be ready by mid-December. It's already mid-January and the runway clearly is not ready for operations. Now, stuck with just a single operational runway with Cat 3B operations possible, Delhi Airport finds itself in a hard place, and the airlines do too. And the airlines are getting the blame, but Delhi airport has managed to escape a lot of the blame. Now, the airlines also have some blame over here. Very often, airlines send crew that is not Cat 3 trained to Delhi. This happens particularly as Delhi is India's aviation hub. Virtually every aircraft in India passes through Delhi, if not daily, but once every few days. So when Delhi catches a cold, all of Indian aviation sneezes. Now let's look at yet another culprit for the fiasco of January 14, 2024, and that are these parked aircraft. Not just Go Air's aircraft, but some Indigo jets as well. The Indigo jets actually very well maintained parked. Now, these parked aircraft are not because Go Air or Go First, whatever you choose to call them, collapsed. These aircraft are parked at the remote ramp at Delhi airport because of the inability of Pratt and Whitney to deliver good, reliable engines, even though their Instagram handle is dependable engines, weirdly enough. Now, the Pratt and Whitney geared turbofan engine, the 1100G that the Airbus A320neo family uses, has been extremely unreliable, but it has affected Go First and Indigo particularly hard because they have large fleets of this aircraft. It's also affected many other airlines across the world, including Air Baltic, KLM, Hawaiian Air, and so on and so forth. But their fleets are smaller. This is why Indigo, including the plane I'm flying right now in this video, is powered by a CFM LEAP engine. Indigo doesn't want to have anything to do with Pratt and Whitney engines anymore. So that's another reason. The lack of capacity of the airlines to absorb impact to their operations because of fog. They have no spare aircraft, and of course, the NCLT, NCLAT fiasco surrounding Go Air has just made matters much worse. Shocking video of a passenger assaulting a cockpit crew member has come to light. Now, no matter how frustrated you are, you cannot hit or even talk badly to a cabin crew or cockpit crew member. They're doing their job. This has forced the civil aviation minister to come out with a statement on X saying these were circumstances beyond the control of anybody, the airlines or the airports. It was very severe fog on the 14th of January 2024. Visibility was zero at times. There's nothing anybody could have done. But let me look at some solutions that could have been done to mitigate the issue. First and foremost, I think airlines have to communicate better. So even if you have a Chennai to Mumbai flight, Indigo, Vistara, SpiceJet, Akasa should say, listen, Delhi has severe fog, and as a result of that, operations across the country, as I said, even Chennai to Mumbai, nothing to do with Delhi, could be affected. You could have delays, you could have cancellations. Please be aware. But part two, I think infrastructure needs to be better handled. Delhi airport needed to shut down runway 1028. I get that. But it had to be open during this season. Because when visibility improves to allow operations, two runways that are Cat 3B capable can have a higher throughput of aircraft than just one. It's quite obvious. And there is nothing more frustrating as a passenger than to see other planes take off when you're stuck inside an aluminium or carbon fiber tube. So airlines have to communicate that the ATC hold issues, there are issues, but passengers should also be aware. That said, I understand there are a lot of first time passengers who are not used to these delays. They're not used to the fact that airlines really don't have to do much. Indigo gives very little in terms of service if you're stuck on board. They barely give you a glass of water, maybe some snacks, some cookies, something. Just mitigate the pain. And of course, if you're stuck and you're told you can't use the bathroom, it gets very frustrating. And of course, the government has just improved flight duty times, and many pilots timed out on the 14th of January, so this made matters worse. Maybe preemptive cancellations would have helped, but let's be honest, fog happens in Delhi every winter, and it leads to delays. But delays like that also lead to me getting such spectacular views of the city I live and love, landing at night. Thank you so much for watching this video. Do like and subscribe to see more such great aviation content on my channel.